Hi, my beautiful people. It's a beautiful evening, but it's chilly and windy and cold outside. And I decided that no ways am I gonna shoot this video outside today. Because besides that, you wouldn't be able to hear me. I am going to freeze myself to death. So, welcome. We are indoors today, but we are talking about something that is very important yet insightful. So today I want us to talk about compost tea. You heard me right? Compost tea. T-E-A. Like compost tea? Yes. It's like the tea that you drink when it's chilly, like the tea I should be having right now, although I'm not having it. So, what is compost tea? Tea is generally a tea, like I said, the one you drink, but this one is for plants. So, probably you're wondering, but Rebecca, do plants drink tea too? Yes, they do. In fact, they do. So, compost tea is a liquid that you produce when you add water to compost and other organic matter, and it extracts all the beneficial microorganisms or microbes, be it bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, and microarthropods. So all those that you need for your plant's growth, they become available in the water when you mix your compost with the water. So what am I saying? I am saying that when you add water to compost or to your manure, all the organisms that were present in the compost becomes available immediately to your plants in the water that you have added to the compost. So now you're thinking, tea for plants, we know it's important, or so you say. You add water to compost, but what are some of the benefits of compost tea? I'll break it down for you. I got you guys. I know it's cold, but I got you. Okay, even when it's freezing like this, gardening should go on because men must eat, so food production must go on. So compost tea is generally good for overall plant health. So it's like a booster for your plants, more like you taking vitamins and mineral supplements, right? So what did we say the last time about healthy plants? We said that when your plants are healthy, they are able to resist diseases and they are able to fight off pests, so they are not easily attacked by pests. For example, if you go in your garden right now, there is always that one meek plant that is ridden by pests and diseases. Yes, run to your garden right now and see. There's always that one. Sometimes you even call it, no, that's my sacrificial crops. Why are you sacrificing it? It's because it is meek and weak and it's not healthy, and that's why it becomes so easy for pests and diseases to attack. And you think, because you're already weak and meek, I'm gonna leave you so that you become a sacrificial plant, and then the pests and diseases are gonna stay off my healthier plants. And not only that, because they're healthy, they are hard to attack. So tea improves your soil health. Guys, this is very important to me, and it's one of those reasons why I use tea in my garden. Obviously, like I said, it's already readily available to my plants, so it's more like using a liquid fertilizer, but it also improves your soil health. And who better than me with my clay soil to add tea to my plants? So this is why it's important for me to apply tea to my plants and to my soil. And when you apply tea, so the nutrients leaches down the soil and they go right to the roots of your plants, and they're easily and readily available, which is very, very important. It also improves water retention to your plants. You know what, guys? When your soil is able to retain the water and to retain the moisture, you don't water as often. And this is very important, especially for me who lives in a very arid climate, because it's hot, it's dry, and I might need to water so much, but this is one of the ways that I use to just keep moisture into my soil. And of course, if you have watched my videos, you would know that I also match my plants when it comes to retaining water and moisture. Soil structure improves drastically when you apply tea. And when your soil is healthy, it's got all the nutrients your plants needs. So your plants are able to germinate and they're able to thrive in your soil. So, for you to have a good structured soil, it has to have all those nutrients and microbes that I have already mentioned previously, so that your plants are able to uptake them and use them for growth and for overall health. So when you're adding tea, you're literally adding these microbes to the soil and making them available to your plants. I'm going to mention this again. My soil is so clayish such that when I moved here some plus minus 3 months ago, I was literally intimidated to start a garden. Something told me, no, don't start a garden. It's not gonna work. But then I thought gardening is not only a way to produce my own food, it's my hobby. This is my therapy. And I am going to be so stressed without a garden. So I told myself, Rebecca, you are going to get your groove on and you're going to start gardening. And that clay soil, you are going to garden the heck out of it and improve the heck out of it. Obviously, my soil is still clayish. Like I said, I've only been here roughly 3 months. And it literally takes years for one to be able to improve soil health. But I have started, and this tea, compost tea, helps you to loosen clay soil. So if you are having clay soil like mine, yo guys, start making compost tea. Start making compost tea and apply it to your plants. It's gonna loosen your clay soil, and then it's gonna when your soil is loosened up, it's going to be aerated, so air will be able to move into your soil. And not only that, but water is also not going to be retained on top of your soil, but it's going to be retained in the soil at the root level of your plants. And this is what you want. If you're thinking, no, but Rebecca, my soil is not clayish. Oh God, my soil is rather sandy. Compost tea still got you, because it helps sandy soils to retain nutrients and water. So that will mean when you are applying compost tea, nutrients are not just leaching all the way down past your roots. It's going to be retained right there where your plants are able to take them. Guys, this is good news. This is good news. Who knew tea could be so beneficial to plants, right? Let's continue. So when you are applying compost tea to your plants, you are stimulating root growth. This literally means that the more you apply compost tea, the more your roots are stimulated to grow. And deeper roots means that they are able to retain moisture better, and then it also helps to reduce runoff, which is very important for our plants. Also, when you spray this directly onto your plants, and this is something that when I started, I used to shy away from doing. I didn't want to apply compost tea to my foliage. I thought, let me rather target the root, the stems and the soil level, because I thought it would make my plants dirty. But one day I sat and I continued researching on compost tea and why it's so good to your plants. And I read this right here. They are saying when you are spraying on compost tea onto your foliage, it actually adds beneficial microbes to your foliage, and by that it occupies leaf surfaces, and then that means all these microbes are the ones that are now occupying the foliage of your plants, and these organisms on your foliage prevent potential organisms that causes diseases from multiplying and taking over your plants. So if you are new to compost tea, when you are applying it onto your garden, don't just target the soil or the stems, but it's also beneficial to add it to your foliage. You may buy compost tea. So there are sachets that you find in shops. For me, I have not come across one yet. I've come across a lot of liquid fertilizer, but not any compost tea. But this is why it's so important to also learn how to make your compost tea. But not only that, when you buy it in the shop, it doesn't give you the chances to improve and to fine tune it. But if you are making your own compost tea, you are able to fine tune it to what you want, especially if you have tested your soil. Now, it's important to know that I didn't test my soil yet, so I wouldn't know what's contained in my soil and what is missing. So I'm kind of just blindly farming. It's working so far. But for those of you that have tested your soil, this means that you are able to fine tune it and add those minerals and those organisms that are not really contained in your soil. And this is very, very important, and just one of the other benefits why you should be making your own compost tea. Now that I have told you the benefits of compost tea, and they were quite a mouthful, and I'm sure you found them beneficial, we are going to see how you make compost tea. We are starting with a basin that is 90 liters. It was not full to the brim, and then we have goat manure. So I'm just showing you there goat poop. If you know what it looks like, then you would recognize that this is goat manure. This is an 8-liter bucket. We have another 8-liter bucket of mushroom compost. So we are going to be mixing water, goat manure, and mushroom compost. Okay, so there I'm just trying to break some of the clumps, although they definitely will be dissolving in water. So now we are adding our compost to the water, and I am also going to do the same with the manure. Okay, so you can see that there are some big chunks of manure that I will need to break apart. So now that I'm done, I am going to start working in the manure and compost mixture. And this is all that I'm going to be doing until it has nicely changed color, and I can see that the compost and the manure is very well soaked.
So by now you can see that the more I work it in, the more the color of the water changes to a dark brownish. And at this point, not only were my arms really sore, but I felt like the mixture was incorporated enough. And I reserved the final 10 liters of water to also wash off all the debris that was still left on my arms and on my hands before I let the mixture rest. And guys, it's very important that you allow this mixture to stand for at least 1 to 2 days. I did mine on a Friday evening and it was ready by Saturday evening to water my plants in. It is now Sunday evening and we are going to be using our tea on our plants. It is ready. Like I said, we usually let it stand for at least 1 to 2 days, but don't let it stand for too long because then it might become less effective as you are going to start losing your nutrients when it stands too long in the sun. So here we are just going to be watering our plants with this, and it's a much needed boost. This is literally how easy it is to make compost tea. You can see that we struggled a bit with the nozzle because there was still debris that went inside the watering can, so we decided to take it off. And you can see that we have soaked some of our leaves with it, which is very, very important, like we have already said in the video. So this is how we continue watering all our plants, and we try to apply it every second or third week.
So guys, now that you have seen how we make compost tea and how we add it or we fertilize with it in our garden, I'm encouraging you to go out there and make your own compost tea. Guys, it's been a wonderful chilly evening, and now that my plants have gotten their tea, it's about time that I go out and make myself tea because heck, it's very cold and I am freezing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for spending time with me. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always tuning into my videos and to the farmstead. And I hope you got something out of this video. You can always have a winter garden. Go out there, plant something, because like I keep saying, people will never stop eating. You will never stop eating. No matter what happens, come hell or high waters, you will continue eating. So what better way to eat organically, healthy grown food by growing your own food? So thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys. Bye. See you the next time. Bye.